Hello again. I want to talk to you today about hiring from unique locations. Many people express to me difficulties in finding good labor, in hiring, especially for their HVAC business or home service business. Um, they say, Jonathan, I would love to expand. I can't find nobody to work, blah, 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 blah. Uh, it's everywhere, and I understand that. We have a culture, a generation that's coming up that, the keyboard warrior. If I can't do it with a keystroke, then what's really the point? We've exported most of our manufacturing, a lot of it, out of the U.S. Hopefully, some of that's starting to come back. How long that stays, I don't know. But there are ways to get around it. Most likely, your current hiring system is the same as everybody else's because you see everybody else doing it, asking for resumes, what have you. And I'm going to make a separate video on that, why that's just absolutely insane what we do. But you need to get out in the actual community and keep your eye open for talent. I'm going to tell you two stories that will illustrate that. The best, and I do mean the best talent I ever saw for a business. I mean, you could have made this person the vice president of any organization in the world. The best talent I ever saw was at a Pizza Hut. I kid you not. And here's the story. I was working at a facility, and I went off up the road a little bit extra out of the way to go to a Pizza Hut. They were having the buffet that day. This many years ago, well over a decade or so ago. I still remember it. I walked in, and I was one of the first ones there, and this short little girl walked up, a sleeve of tattoos on her arm, and she immediately seated me, told me when the pizzas were getting ready to come out, down to the minute, what they were going to be, and took my drink order. Before I even had a chance to look outside the window and think about anything, she had already come back with my drink. And the next thing I knew, it was almost like clockwork. She just appeared back up at the hostess station, and she was seating the next people. That day, that entire restaurant at lunch almost filled up completely. There was not a drink that went below half level. She would tell everybody when the next pizza's coming out. She was constantly in communication. I mean, she had that entire dining room humming like a machine, and she was the only one working it. It was incredible to see. One of the best customer experiences at any dining establishment I've ever had was on a Tuesday at lunch at a buffet in a Pizza Hut, because this girl just had it. It was insane what she could do. Now, you may look at that and say, what great customer service. I looked at that and I said, if I'm a business owner and I walk in here and I see that type of attitude, that type of ability, no matter what my business is, I am ripping her out of this Pizza Hut, and she's working for my organization tomorrow, no matter what the cost is. And most likely you probably could have got her for a pretty decent salary, because you just had to outpace Pizza Hut. Say you were to double that, you would have been just fine. So I say that to say this: you need to keep your eye open in the community, because there is talent out there. There are people with good work ethics, with good attitudes. The technical aspects of what you do can be taught. That can be taught. And someone with a good attitude is willing to learn it. What cannot be taught is the thing that you're struggling to find. And that's good attitude and good work ethic. And I'm going to tell you another story. I was at a breakfast establishment like First Watch, something like that. I don't know if y'all have those where you're at, but basically it's a little, think of a really highfalutin Waffle House with attitude. And it's kind of what that is. It's where young ladies, after they get done doing their yoga, or old ladies, or whatever it is, they all meet up and they think it's a neat little spot, blah, 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 whatever. I went there to get some takeout one day because I felt like a waffle for lunch, and there was a hostess working there and had almost the exact same experience. She was taking phone orders and making sure everybody got seated and taking care of the carry-out orders all in the same breath. I mean, just seamlessly. And you could just tell that all the stress that was happening, and it had been happening for the past hour and a half, and was going to happen for the next hour and a half, was like water off her back. She was just handling it lickety split. She was talent. She was talent that did not need to be working there. She needed to be working for an organization such as yours. So I say that to give you these illustrations. Go out into the community, try to have some experiences. Perhaps it's a home improvement store, perhaps it's a hardware store, perhaps it's a restaurant, who knows. But most likely there's talent out there and you're just blind to it because you're not looking. You're thinking your HR department's got this handled. You're thinking that your ZipRecruiter subscription's got this handled. You're thinking that your LinkedIn subscription that you have has got this handled. And you keep hiring these pieces of paper instead of actually hiring attitude. And that's wrong. And that's why you're suffering from a lack of labor, a lack of work ethic in your organization. Okay? So, go out, look for talent, look for ability, look for attitude. Ask others about attitude. Don't ask about technical skills. Those you can teach. Those are readily teachable, especially someone with a good attitude. Hire for attitude, teach for skills. Okay? All right, good luck.